It's the mischievous Blinger Dumbers. I bet Blinger Dumbers are making the mummies move. Good morning. How are you guys today? We're going to finish up our Pila. How about that? Okay. So, Sima one. La la la. It's a whole bunch of magic happening around here. I hope y'all are going to have a good day. Guys, why don't we go ahead and let's finish up The Amazing Tomb of Tut. And to make everyone feel better, and I'll make the announcement at the Zoom meeting today, but I'm just going to let you guys take your time. I'm not going to put a due date on the test. The only test that has to be completed tomorrow is your spelling. Okay, guys? Because we've been doing that for 9 weeks, and I think just the spelling tomorrow, and then just when you and mom and dad are comfortable with the vocabulary words for The Amazing Tomb of Tut, and you feel good about it, you can take the test, okay? As long as I have it in when you come back next week, okay? All right? Because next Friday, we will take the next week's story, okay? Because we'll have all week, you'll have my videos, you'll have everything, and everything will be a little bit calmer. But with this story, if you want to just wait and bring it in to me on Friday, next Friday, just hold on to it. Just take it sometime before next Friday. How does that sound? I think it sounds pretty magical. Magically delicious. Okay. Oh, and I'm already starting to get pictures of the cereal boxes, and they are so great. Oh my gosh, I got this great picture of Nora and her dad, and it's an awesome picture. They're like, they're rocking out. And then I came to school this morning, and I had Aiden's, his Eerios. Guys, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna display them all over the room. I'll take pictures, I'll put them up on Remind app, and they just look like so much fun. So I cannot wait to see them all. And if you make a quick video, I'm gonna have so much fun this weekend looking at those videos. I can't wait to see them, guys. So you have the option. You can bring it in, or you can make a video, whichever one you like, okay? So now on to the magic of reading. So guys, we talked about yesterday life, like King Tut, Tutankhamun, how he was a boy king, that he died young. We also talked about life after death, like how the Egyptians believed there was life after death, and so they created these elaborate tombs for their kings or their pharaohs. That's all that pharaoh means. It just means king. Just like royal. Royal means king or queen. It's no different. They all interchange. Royal, king, queen, pharaoh. All the same thing. Okay? So, and that they believed that their rulers and high important people needed to pack their life up. So just think about packing your house up because you're moving, and you dump it all in a big room in the tomb. And there you go. And that's what the Egyptians believed, and that's what they did. So that's what we covered yesterday. Now, today, the discovery. Now, let's turn to page 64 and 65. The words that we have today are chamber, mummy, royal, and sarcophagus. Okay? And we'll talk about those words in a minute. And like promised, yes, I know, I'm just going to say that after Monday and Tuesday and very late nights and early mornings, I was very tired yesterday. I do apologize to you guys and to the parents, but I went home, I ate dinner, and I fell asleep. I was so tired. So I will get those vocabulary words out to you, the definitions. I will write them up, take a picture, send it to you like I do. I'll send it, or do it on the computer, do it in a PDF, and then I'll send it to your emails, okay? One way or another, you're going to get the words. Also, this video will load, and then we're zooming later for the review. And I'm also going to do another video, a review video. So for people who can't make Zoom, they'll have the video to look at. And over the weekend, I might make 1 or 2 math videos for the skip line and the array that we covered yesterday, just to kind of cover anything. Probably it will be some math problems, and just explain it and put the definition up on there for anybody who would like it. Okay? Now back to the story. I keep remembering things. See, this is what happened when Miss Allen gets a lot of sleep. She's like ready to go. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is the discovery, how the discovery happened with Tutankhamun. So let's look at Site Evidence A. It says, in this section, the author uses time order to provide details about finding the tomb. In paragraph 10 and 11, circle words that show time passing as the details unfold. Okay, so let's see. I'm not quite as good as TV Luna. She was able to like keep her... yeah, that's not going to work, and I'm not going to mess up. This is like my really pretty wand. So I'm not going to play with that one. Okay. So it says we're going to circle. So look at paragraph 10. When we want to put things in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, don't we always say, this one is, we don't say number 1, we say this one is first. Then we say second, third, fourth, fifth. When we put things in order, we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. So in paragraph 10, I believe I see one of those words. Do you think you can find it for me? That's right. Guys, if you look on the third line of paragraph 10, you're going to see the word first. I need you to circle that for me, okay? Oh, and to keep you updated with my fascinating nails. I lost my thumb. There we go. I lost the thumb. I lost it this morning. I was trying to get sticky stuff to hold my Luna glasses to my regular glasses. There we go. Didn't work. Okay, and I lost a nail for the effort, but good effort, right? Creativity. All right, so we have first. All right, now you need to go down a couple of lines. Do you see the royal that's written in really dark words? Okay, in really dark print. All right, if you go to the line below it and go all the way to the end, you're going to say, he then. I need you to circle the word then, because then is also one of those timeline things, because we can say, and then he did this. First, I got my Luna glasses, and then I tried to stick them to my regular glasses. See? First, I got my Luna glasses, and then I tried to stick them to my real glasses, my regular glasses. Didn't work, but I tried. Okay. Then go down to paragraph 11. Easy peasy macaroni cheesy, guys. Do you see it? 3 weeks later. He's actually literally telling you, like, 3 weeks later, this happened, okay? So we had first, then 3 weeks later. And that's your timeline of words that help you put things in order as things are going on, being found or being done, trying to find King Tut's tomb, okay? Now, let's look at, and I'm sorry, I almost forgot one. Go down 1, 2, 3 lines in paragraph 11. And it says 3 weeks later, and then it goes, by the next day. Oh, I almost forgot that one. All right, so these are the things you have circled in paragraph 10 and 11 for timeline. First, and then, sorry about that, then is in paragraph 10. Okay, pause me, take your time, find what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what's so great about YouTube. You can pause me, freeze me, you know, Petrocchus totalis, and then unfreeze me, and we can start again. I know, I'm being silly today. Halloween, it's my favorite holiday. I mean, it's like literally my #1 holiday. Okay, first and then is in paragraph 2, in 10. And then in paragraph 11, you need to circle 3 weeks later, which is literally the first 3 words of paragraph 11. Go down 3 to the third line and circle by 3 weeks later. And there you have it. All right, let's look at Site Evidence B. The author gives a step-by-step account of the discovery of the tomb. In paragraphs 11 and 12, underline the details that tell about this, how these details support. And you know what? they made a mistake in the teacher thing, because it is not paragraph 11 and 12. It is paragraphs 10 and 11. We stay in the same paragraph, so they made a typo. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what to underline. Ignore the 11 and 12. We're sticking with 10 and 11. So go up to paragraph 10. So we're going to get a step-by-step account of how the tomb is discovered. Okay, so in 10, look at the second sentence. He uncovered a rock stairway. So remember, just Petrificus Totalis me and underline that. Okay, here we go. Uncover a rock stairway. Then go down to where you had the word first circled, and you need to underline the words after it. So it's first, workers cleared it. So the first thing they did, so the stairway is found, then workers cleared it, so underline that. Then right underneath that, it says they found a sealed doorway. You need to underline that. They found a sealed doorway. Okay. Then go down 2 more lines, and you're going to say, Carter made a small hole at the top of the door. So he made a small hole at the top of that sealed doorway. And then you're going to underline, he used a flashlight to look inside. Okay, so it's literally giving you the step-by-steps. So first, we uncovered a rock stairway. Workers cleared it. They found a sealed doorway. Carter used a small flashlight, Carter made a small hole at the top of the door, then he used a flashlight. So stairway, cleared it, made a small hole, and then used a flashlight. I know. Fingers. All right, now let's go down to 11. It says, the next thing they did was they opened the first door and started clearing the rocks. All right, so now we're in paragraph 11, okay? So after the whole flashlight with the first door, they opened the first door and started clearing the rocks there. Okay, then look where we have the by the next day. Okay, that's circled. Go right next to it and say, underline, they got to a second door. So they got to a second door. You need to underline that as well. And then the last thing you're going to underline is where it says, again, Carter dug a hole to look inside. And that's what you need to underline. Carter dug a hole to look inside. Okay? Now, let's look at our comprehension checks on page 65. It says, what details told Carter he had found an important tomb? Which do you think it is, guys? A, the passage was filled with rocks. B, the tomb had more than one door. C, ancient writing said Tut's tomb was important. And D, the tomb's door were sealed and had royal signs. Circle D for me, okay, guys? All right. 2, what was the room outside the burial chamber filled with? A, mummies. B, rocks and dirt. C, traps for robbers. Or D, valuable treasures. Now remember, the room outside the burial chamber. I'm not talking about the hallway where the stairs are, okay? That's right, valuable treasures. They found beautiful couches and carved chairs. They found flowers and vases. They found a gold chariot in this room. A gold chariot, made of gold, a chariot. Like, wow, can you believe that? It's amazing, isn't it, guys? 3, it says, working with a partner, it goes, read the text to find details about what happened to most Egyptian king tombs. How do these details help explain the importance of Tut's tomb? Okay, so I think I've mentioned this in the conversation, is that they were called grave robbers. And even though a lot of the pharaohs, people, they were buried in these elaborate tombs, and they had hidden passageways, and there were booby traps and things that could trick people, these robbers still found a way to get in and steal all of these magnificent treasures. So when a tomb was found, guess what? There was nothing in there. I mean, even the sarcophagus was gone. Oop, I'm losing my glasses. Even the sarcophagus was gone. I mean, they took it all. So when King Tut's tomb was found by Howard Carter, this was amazing to have finally have found a pharaoh's tomb intact. Granted, he was a boy king, and his tomb was actually smaller. His treasures were smaller because most pharaohs had years and years, and like 20, 30 years to prepare for their burial. They did not have time for King Tut. They actually believe now is that his tomb actually wasn't for him in the first place. They needed something that was ready to go when he passed away, because he passed away so young. And then they gathered everything that they could to help him on his afterlife. So that is why his tomb was so important. Because over the years, robbers had broken into most of the pharaoh's tombs and had stolen all the treasures. And King Tut's, or Tutankhamun's, was intact. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a great day. We are going to do a live Zoom for a review later. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more page, don't we, guys? Let's go ahead and do this really quick. I am so sorry. We have 66 and 67 to do, okay? Let's turn to that page. Okay, it's going to look like this, guys. See it? We got that little ivory bust of a person, of a pharaoh. All right, so here we go. And I believe that is Tutankhamun. Here we go. So the words to know on this page is going to be logbook, original, and preserved. A logbook is simply a journal that puts information down so you can keep up with what you've done or what you're doing. That's what a logbook is. Original means that it is new. It's one of a kind. It's an original, okay? And then preserved means to take care of it, okay? To keep it from going bad. So when you preserve something, you save something, okay? All right, and like I said, don't panic. Those words will be coming out to you, the definitions. Okay, I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna let my glasses do what they do. All right, cite evidence A on page 66. The author describes the care the workers took with Tut's treasures. In 15 and 16, underline details that show this. Okay, so this is the care they took. So let's look at 15. Go pretty much all the way down to almost the end of this paragraph, and you're going to see small hand brooms and rags were used to clean the objects. So they used very small, like brushes, little brush brooms, and they used cloths, rags, to gently clean 3,000 years of dust and dirt away from these gorgeous objects. And then go right below that and underline objects had to be preserved in place. So they did not move anything. They came in and they cleaned an object where it was and left it there, okay? They wanted to document exactly how the room was set up. They just didn't go in and start taking everything out. They actually preserved the room, cleaned everything, were able to snap pictures, and then they would, after all that was done, then they carefully started packing and preserving everything. Because they wanted to preserve the actual moment. Like, this is what it would look like when he was first laid to rest, okay? Now, go to paragraph 16, and it's the third line down. Underline, new ways of working had to be figured out, okay? When they found this, they knew that they had to figure out a better way to take care of things, to clean things, to preserve things, to how to pack things up. I mean, they had never found anything like this ever. I mean, this was huge in the world. And not just in history or scientists. The whole world was blown away with this. Everyone was fascinated with this. And then underline at the very end where it says, the pieces were wrapped carefully. Wrapped carefully. Okay. Now let's do cite evidence B. In the article's final section, the author restates the main idea. Circle 2 sentences in paragraph 18 that do this. Remember, I'm reading through Luna glasses. This is kind of fun. All right, or scary. How did Carter's find help other scientists? Okay, let me read that again because that was kind of choppy. We're going to circle the 2 sentences in paragraph 18 that do this, which is basically where he reinstates his main idea. How did Carter's find help other scientists? It's literally the first 2 sentences of 18. The items found with Tut were beautiful and valuable. More importantly, they taught scientists much about ancient Egyptian life. Okay? Now, let's go over to 67 and let's do these comprehension checks, okay, guys? Number 1, what is the most important thing that researchers got from the items in Tut's tomb? The value of gold in ancient Egypt. B, information about ancient Egyptian life. Or C, the honor of being the first to see them. D, details about Tut's illness and treatment. We just circled the answer. We just circled the answer in paragraph 18. It says B, information about ancient Egyptian life. That was what was so important to scientists, is that we learned so much more than what we thought we knew. Number 2, what is the purpose of each section of this text? Is it A, to explain the death of King Tut? B, tell the story of Howard Carter? C, to support the main idea of Tut's tomb? Or D, tell what happened during King Tut's rule? So think about it for a minute. What have I been talking about this whole time? Not the actual subject of the material, which is King Tut, but what's important about what we're reading, what the author's doing. That's right. It's about supporting the main idea. It all circles back to King Tut, but it's the main idea of the text, and the author keeps reiterating this throughout the story that is written, okay? The text that he wrote. So it's going to be C, guys, to support the main idea about Tut's tomb. Now let's look at number 3. What is the main idea of the section? Why did it take so long? So you need to go back to why did it take so long, which is on top of page 66. List facts that the article uses to support the main idea. Okay, so I'm going to give you some. Okay, I'm going to give you 2, and then you can come up with some others, so that way you know what I'm looking for. So the first one, it took so long because everything had to be done by hand and special care had to be used. Okay? Digging was done with rakes and shovels. And there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 more. See if you can find them for me, okay? So the first 2 was everything had to be done by hand, especially because special care had to be used. And then the second was digging was done with rakes and shovels. Okay? All right, guys. I hope you have a great day. I will see you in Zoom very soon for when we will do a review. And let the magic begin. Bye, guys.